Alright, so back here on the 1978 Toyota pickup. So I got the bracket all welded in everywhere. So that is all done on the front. Grinded, just rough grinding around there. Just to sort of check for penetration, and if I had any pinholes or anything, that's fine. Grinding that side always sucks, so I didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't. Then, a bit more finish grinding on this, because these corners are real easy to, get the grinder to lay that flat, and then the flap wheel. So I don't know how much I'll clean all that other grind up. At the end of the day, you got the fascia and all kinds of other things that sit over the top of this. This needs to get blasted and seam sealed and all kinds of other stuff. So that might be good enough. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So then started working on the rocker over here. And so, just trying to get a sense for how bad it is. So I got like my screwdriver and just was hitting around in here, and then just needed to cut off this piece. Not too bad, but the problem with this one is it has these captured bolts, captured nuts here, and that's where the fender, when it gets bolted and aligned, there's these two holes here. So just like on the other pieces, I made a little template so this template, when this sets down here like this, lets me know where those holes are at. And so whenever I make the piece that fits in here, I'll have to weld in some captured nuts the same as this, and then this will tell me exactly where those need to go. On the bottom of this, there's these alignment pieces there, and then I just hold this up there, and those alignment marks on either side tell me where those bolt holes need to be. So got to do that. A little bit more complicated here. There's sort of a curve on this side. You have your rocker curve on the bottom, and then there's this curve. Fortunately, this metal right here in the front on this side is good, even all the way down here on the bottom. So I'm able to keep all this, which is obviously way harder. That's all flat, and then they got the bottom rocker piece that makes in. So this one shouldn't be terrible. It'll be a bit harder, but not real bad. Then again, just testing things along here to see like how bad all this stuff is. Hitting my screwdriver up in there and inspecting it from the inside with the light to see how much it's bad. And this was all pretty good. This section here, just as a flat piece, just a square with the rocker, so that one should be pretty easy. I'll do that one first, just to make sure things are welding in just fine, and I can get it sitting good with the simplest one, and then I'll move to the more complicated ones. And then this one here is a lot bigger, so this seam, where this comes down, you're going to get some, because of the same spot welding that it does everywhere else, you're going to get some stuff trapped in this area. But because it's 2 layers thick, again, this metal was fine up in here. Crazy part, like I had no idea, this vent that's at the top hooks in to this vent that's on that side, which I knew that, but it actually goes all the way to the rocker, which is insane, because it would rain for sure, get water, debris, crap coming to that vent and then just sit in here, which is crazy that they did that, but whatever. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this vent before, but now that I know that vent comes down through all of here, I'm for sure closing that, because there's nothing you could ever do to keep this from not becoming a mess later. So I'm for sure deleting that vent now that I know that this is all attached up in here. So this one is definitely going to be harder, so it's big. I'm trying to keep as much, just like in the front there's this compound curve here that will be a pain for me to try to make. you know, this big flat piece, no problem, and you got this goofy, you know, little curved bit that'll fit in here. You know, obviously from here to this flat piece that I cut out, that's easy. And then you got to get this piece looking good. The problem is it's bad on the other side. So while this, I can keep this kind of, you know, crazy curve that's on this edge piece here that they stamp out, this has to get cut out as well. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this back piece yet. If I'll try to weld to this curve, and I'll have to inspect it a bit more and grind some on the inside to make sure that this piece of metal isn't so like aluminum foil thin that I'd be a waste of time to weld on it because it'll be a disaster. Or if I'll just have the shape right here and maybe cut it a little bit further back, and then if I can get it to line up on this edge here, then I can cut one piece out of this and then just fold the flap down up underneath. And so, you know, I'll have to see when I get closer to this one after I do the other ones, to see how I'm going to try to get that to fit. So I did cut, you know, the curve to try to follow it, and I got to, you know, finish grind that in order to get it to be smooth. But we'll see if I can keep this little piece here and then just cut out another piece to finish this. But then, you know, see here, there's also some mess on that side, and you know, it's not like it ever stops. It's all over the place. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously the hardest part of this cab corner. It'd be awesome if I could buy them, but unfortunately it's not the case. You cannot buy any patch panels for this car, so I'm stuck making everything and trying to get it to work. So alright, so the next thing here is to get that rocker in place. And to do that, so I just made a little template here, and then what I do with that template is it follows the same curve as the existing rocker, and then now I can test it. You know, if I do this, I can see, you know, does my template match all the way down the curve of the rocker. So I got this piece here, I made it big enough to where hopefully this is enough material to do the whole driver side there, and I'll just cut out sections as I need them. So the first one I'm going to do is that simple one that's just flat.
Come on.
You're on video, Brian.
We're getting pies and grinders. We want to see if you want one. Stephanie wants pepperoni calzone. Dexter wants pepperoni sausage calzone. Your daughter wants a meatball grinder. And I'm going to get calzone with shrooms. What do you want?
I don't typically eat lunch. I already had my big breakfast.
Your wife said sometimes you forget to eat.
I did not forget to eat today, but thank you for the offer. I do not particularly need any food right now.
And then I have to drive to get it.
The keys are in my room, on my black dresser, in that bin of stuff. Unscripted interlude. Okay, so got that, just sort of nibbling away at the pieces there in order to get it lined up. But, at this point, I think this piece is ready to go. So I'll have to make sure to hold it in, get some magnets and stuff to get it lined up. But yeah, everything's lining up there real good, lined it up fine on the bottom. So yeah, I think this piece of work I might have to do a little bit of sanding to get like this little nib here and everything, but that's all it is. Get the profile, cut out the piece, and then slowly but surely get it fitting in there good enough, and then It sucks to hold it in place, but maybe sometimes we can get a corner, like right here, where it's looking good, and then fishing around, pulling it, get a pick in there, get it all lined up and everything. But yeah, that's what I got to do for that one. This one, like I said, is the easy one. This is, you know, takes 15 minutes to get the easy one ready to go, and so obviously the other ones are going to be way more of a pain in the ass. But there we go. Cool. Thanks. See you in the next one.